Hello everyone, and welcome to Yarnivore episode 88, I think? Yes, 88. Also known as The Streak Is Now Broken. I have no finished objects to show. And I'm filming on my phone. I'm trying something different. Let's see if it works. I hope it does, but I am having trouble looking over here at the... I keep looking up over here, but it's actually down over there, so it's confusing, and I may be staring off into space a lot more than usual. Actually, today, not drinking San Marco. I'm drinking Central Market's macadamia nut, chocolate macadamia nut. So I have no FOs, so let's just jump right on into things I'm working on. You're also precariously placed upon things. We're in my living room. This is my living room window. You can see out. It's horribly sunny today in Washington, which is unheard of. So, something I've been working on for quite some time, the Sunset Highway Cardigan by Caitlin Hunter, also known as Boyland Knitworks. Her Zweig is making the rounds, and it's very pretty, and I'd like to knit one, but I figure 2 projects by her is more than enough. I am holding it hostage in my Fat Squirrel Fibers bag. It's the sweater, medium sweater. It's not the huge one, and it's not the Aran sweater bag. I finished the colorwork on the top, as you can see, and then I separated the sleeves, which you've also seen, but you haven't seen how much stockinette I've done. Look at all that stockinette. There is 7 or 8 inches of stockinette done, and I need to have 15. And I just caked the next ball because this ball is dying. So here's the next one, ready to go. I am using, please tell me, yes I did, okay, Diamond Luxury Traditional Sock. It's 42% wool, 51% acrylic, 7% nylon. And, oh hey look, it doesn't invert anything. That's gonna bug me. Thanks, phone. Can I flip it? I might flip it. So, Diamond Luxury Tradition Sock, and I bought this in Saskatoon at Prairie Lily, and that's a great place if you're in the Saskatoon area. I recommend stopping in and buying stuff, because this was dirt cheap and wonderful. I am using, I believe these are 3.5mm needles. Yes, 3.5mm, which is US 4. These are Chiagus. I also have the 2.75s in here, which is a US 2 apparently, because that's what I needed for ribbing. And I will probably need it later on. All goes back in the bag. So yeah, I did 7 inches of that. 7. I was waiting for something, and I didn't feel like working. What was it? Oh no, I told myself I couldn't start my Desert Vista Dyework socks until I'd finished that ball, and that's how far I got. Now, in my Fat Squirrel Fibers sock bag, which has kitties on it, you'll notice that everything is really pink, and I didn't plan that. There's a lot of pink going on here in my project bags. We have the DVD 4th annual club thing going on, and it's the Zine base in the Share colorway, and everything's backwards. Bloody hell. How do people film on their phones and not get completely irritated by that? Oh well. The first sock I have started, I did the heel, and it's a fish lips kiss heel, which I did off the back end. So I have my leg and my cuff, and yeah. So what I did for this, because I didn't feel like just solid knitting, is I decided to do a little bit of ribbing to pull it in. Not ribbing, a little bit of purling. So I purled the first stitch of each round. Basically it's purl 1, knit 14, purl 2, knit 14, purl 1. Because I'm using the magic loop method. If I had been doing 4 circulars, it would be purl the first stitch, or 4 DPNs, it would be purl the first and last stitch of each DPN. And yeah. Just to give me something to do, and I did that on every round, and I like the way it looks. So then I'll have the center purl section that will be running down the top of the foot, and then I'll have a purl running down either side, So yeah, I'm using US 1 2.25 millimeter needles, as always. These are sock rockets that I've had forever now, and they're good. They do the trick. They do the trick. I do love this coffee though. I like the clarity of the picture on this. Then, in my Tangerines Designs 80s bag, which is rock and roll 80s, we've got some Cyndi Lauper, we've got Rubik's Cubes, Madonna, Van Halen, I want to say, Michael Jackson. Everybody is going on here. There's a guitar. Totally 80s, totally awesome. Tangerine Designs. We have, and I worked on these because I didn't feel like working on my husband's. I don't know why. Resistance is Not Futile, or the Piece de Resistance Mittens by Bristol Ivory. They look like this, because I still love colorwork mittens, and I may make a million pairs, and I'm okay with that, because when we move back to Canada, or when I move back to Canada and I take them with me, we're gonna need a lot of mittens. I guess back home they got enough snow in the last couple of days that it's more snow than they've had all year. Woot! So these lovely buggers I got a little further on. I've got Futile done. Futile on the first mitt. The thumb has been separated. We've got our fists started. I love the way these colors are jiving together, don't you? Oh, look at how pretty. Look at how pretty they are. Just love it. And so I am using, the lighter color is a Two Guys Yarn Company in the Key Lime Martini. The standard in sock, fingering 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon. It looks a little something like this. There's our backwards thing. And of course, they're on Etsy, or maybe they've changed. But when I got this, they were on it. They were on Etsy. Doop. Doop. Focus. Focus? No. It's the number 2 Guys Yarn. And wash in cold, cool water. Doesn't really matter, because I'll probably not wash them very often because they're mittens. And then the other color I am using with them is, where's my tag? Did it run away? Did it run away and join the circus? It might have. I am using Alchemy Yarn of Transformation, the Juniper base, which is 100% superfine merino. And this is the Rainforest colorway. Looks something like that, except it's completely backwards. My apologies. I want to do it over there, but I know it's not that way. So my husband got this for me a while back. We were living in Minnesota. So I tend to hoard my husband yarns. And the first mitt is going along smashingly. I am looking forward to wearing these. Put it on. So there you go. Isn't it pretty? I am using US 1 2.25 millimeter needles, I believe. I'm gonna assume that, because that's what I knit everything on, unless it's like for my husband. Because of the stitch count, I know I would have done that. And it calls for either a 2.25 or a 2.75, depending, to get your gauge. And the ribbing is nice. It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry, and it is totally worth paying for. It's lovely. The chart is lovely. It's very easy to follow. The instructions are great. There you have it. And the last thing that I worked on is a big old start for me, and I don't have a picture of it because I didn't print off the picture page because my printer was dying, and then the rest of the pages all have patterns on them. But you've seen this a million times from a million different people, so I really don't think you'll know exactly what it is. It's the Nanil Chick Juancho by Caitlin Hunter. And so here is my progress so far. Smells vinegary. So there we go. I am relearning life. There we are. How pretty is that? I'm getting somewhere. I am using a US 6 4mm needle, and I am using my interchangeable needles for this. which is awesome. I am storing everything in my adorable Bird Like Bags bag, which folds down or folds up, depending on what you need, and is super heavy duty durable. This one is also pretty much, I would say, size comparatively, it's a little bit bigger than the Fat Squirrel bag I have. I like the drawstring myself, because it means I'm not going to catch anything and rip my yarn to shreds. But how pretty is that? So it's currently holding 4 skeins of DK plus the actual work itself. Now, the colors I am using. My main color is this Hunka Burnin' Love, which is Socks That Rock Cake DK 100% Merino in the Plumpy Sun Angel colorway. And then I believe, I'm not sure which contrasting color number they are, but we'll just go through them. I have this one, which is a We Will Tell You All of Our Secrets, which is Caitlin French. It's the Logwood Cochineal in DK. And it's a gorgeous light purple. I've got this, which is Socks That Rock, back here, right there. That's true to color right there. Socks That Rock Heavyweight, which is a DK in the Aquarius colorway, which I'm currently using. And this is back here, up front. There we go. This is Fat Squirrel Fibers Butternut, Buttersquash, Nut Butter, DK. Whatever, she's not doing yarn anymore. This is a super old skein in the Pumpkin Puff colorway. So I am looking forward to having this. I'm doing the smaller size because it's a little bit close. Like, I know it doesn't meet the requirement of ease you're supposed to have on your sweater, but I don't want to do the super oversized one. I wanted to do the smaller one and have it a little bit closer to my body because that's what I felt like doing. I'm also knitting, this is the first time I'm using my new interchangeables, which I will tell you about now as I put this away. So those are the things I'm working on. I have no finished objects. So we're gonna move straight into the miscellany and haul, etc., etc. So I got a wonderful gift just yesterday in the mail from a lovely viewer who sent me this gorgeous project bag. It's all sunflowery and wonderful. So I clearly need to cast something on so I can put it in here. And it came with a skein of yarn, which is the bomb. And it's Dragonfly Fibers in the Chief Blackhawk colorway, and it's an MCN. And it makes me think of the Chicago Blackhawks, but it's also super awesome. So I don't know what it wants to be, but it's super pretty, and I love Dragonfly Fibers. I've knit with them before. And there's ruler, because you can always use a ruler. There was some candy in here. Those got eaten. I have no idea what they were. Maybe fruit gems, perhaps. They look kind of like fruit gems. Either way, they were yummy. So thank you very much. That was totally wonderful. Completely unexpected. So, yay. Got my little stack of enhancements over here. This is going pretty well, actually. It's because I don't have a lot to say this week. I decided to treat myself, and I got the Dreams Symphony Wood Interchangeable Deluxe Set, which has US 4 to 11 or 3.5 to 8 tips, and then 4 cords, 124, 232, and 140. And so far, I've enjoyed using them. I've changed out the tips, and I've had fun with that, and I'm looking forward to that. I might purchase, I'm not sure if you can get smaller tips, but I might go and purchase a 2.75 and a 2.5 just for knitting purposes. And then my pom-pom came. The other thing I decided to treat myself with was a subscription to Pom Pom magazine because I've been enjoying it and I kind of want to knit everything in it. And this month is no difference. I like the sweaters. I'm really liking the sweaters in here. Not so much the hat. There's a hat. There's a pair of socks that's okay. This sweater here is amazing. I may have to buy some yarn just to make it because I really like it, and I think that that in linen would be great for the summer, plus this one. And the cover one, of course, that's beautiful. I'm feeling pink right now, I guess. But really enjoying this. I had picked up a copy of the winter one when we were in Utah, and I really liked it, so I splurged and got myself a subscription for the year. And lastly, I decided that I was having issues with the way I wanted to place stuff into the larch. What's up, Sassy? What's up? Might be people walking behind me. Sassy is very intent over here. Placing things into the larch the way I wanted to in terms of the stitch counts and such, and what I wanted to accomplish, and the neckline wasn't really speaking to me, and I thought, well, if you're gonna go all out, maybe you should get a little help. So I got the Top-Down Sweaters Basic Designs of Multiple Sizes and Gauges by Ann Budd. I've seen this used many times, particularly by Annette. I believe she uses the Handy Book of Sweaters, which is different. This one's based on top-down sweaters. But I've seen her use that and be able to plug things in. So I'm thinking that this would be very helpful for what I'm attempting to do, or what I want to do. Whether or not that comes out the way I want it to remains to be seen. It could be a horrible mistake. It could be a very horrible mistake. There are some patterns in here, which is nice. Like, I really like this guy. But in the grand scheme of things, I purchased this because of all the charts. Because then I can plug things in and get what I want out of them. This one also very nice. So I don't know if I'm going to do a sweater or if I'm going to do a cardigan, but let's face it, I wear more cardigans than I do sweaters because then I can take them off and put them on again without really destroying my hair. But it has a couple different sections. We've got seamless yoke sweaters, raglan sweaters, set-in sleeve sweaters, and saddle shoulders. So I'll be able to pick everything the way I want it to and use my size and my gauge and everything to get what I want. So I was really interested in this book when it came, and I'm really interested to see how this plays out with the Japanese dictionary that I got, because that will be awesome. I also got some sewing stuff, but I forgot to bring it out here, so I'm not going to show that to you this week. I'll show it to you next week. But basically I got a bunch of sewing patterns, and I'm looking forward to making them now that I'm serging as well as stitching. It's opened up a world for me, and I'm looking, and I got a couple for shorts and pants, a couple dresses, so looking forward to that. But basically, I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of knitting, a lot of stitching, and right now I'm in spring cleaning mode. I've been starting to clean things. My base yarn just came in today, which means next week I'll be starting to dye up more stuff. I think I'm going to take the weekend off because hubby and I have some plans, and yeah. But that's everything I've knit so far this week. I will see you again next week because I am actually keeping up on that, and that is also kind of awesome. I feel like I'm getting back into the swing of things and starting to come out of the funk that I was in last year. I'm hopeful. I've had a really rough week anxiety-wise this week, so here's to hoping next week is better. I'm sure my knitting output will continue to be awesome, and I hope you have a great week. Bye!